Hello there folks, me RGB from RJBTV, and we got Burgersasu going on his Protoss against Byul. Burgersasu does not play Protoss that often. Usually when we're watching him, he's on the Terran or the Zerg. It's what he plays most of the time. But sometimes when he plays against people like Byul and maybe Meppo or sometimes Libaku, he pulls out the Protoss, which makes me wonder, if he almost always only plays Terran and Zerg, does that mean that his Protoss is perhaps out of shape for 1 vs 1? I do know that he plays Protoss a lot in 2v2 and 3v3, well, specifically 3v3 because he does not play 2v2 anymore. But yeah, that's kind of my question. How good is his Protoss if he doesn't get as much practice on Protoss when all he does is play Terran and Zerg in 1v1? And Byul plays a lot of everything, really, so there's no doubt in my mind that his Zerg is really good, because we've seen his Zerg many times. He has in the past beaten many top-level players with his Zerg, so his Zerg is definitely a top-tier Zerg. Definitely. He's a top-tier all-round player. He's got everything that you want. So yeah, he's here on the Zerg. Gomdor, Byul. I haven't really properly introduced him yet, so here he is against Burgersasu here on the yellow Protoss, who's going for a triple gateway in his choke, which is a lot like a mid gate, but what you're doing is you're keeping the gateways away from the middle so that the opponent doesn't scout them and maybe makes a mistake of not preparing for whatever is going to be coming next. But the downside of building these gateways in your choke is that the zealots are a little bit further away from the enemy when they do spawn, but you do have the safety of having them close to home, because now you can build some cannons behind this and keep the gateways alive and choke your entrance as well at the same time. But is this going to work? Quite a bit of traveling time, and Byul is here in a corner, so it's going to be walking from the entrance of a corner spawn into a corner spawn. You're going to have to find him first as well, and he's only scouting the choke, so he might just completely miss him, and that might give Byul a lot of time build and prepare himself. This is a common mistake Burgersasu makes. He says he doesn't scout all the way and he misses his opponent, but this time around he goes in all the way and finds his opponent just right on time. And Byul went for hatchery, pool, hatchery. That's a lot of hatcheries very early on into the game. A lot of hatcheries very early on in the game. He's getting Zergling, an extractor for Zergling speed, and he's going to rely on Zergling speed with Zerglings, of course, to defend himself against Zealots. But look at this. Sunken is morphing, but the Zealots are already arriving on the scene. This is going to be quite a difficult one for Byul to defend himself against. He is in a little bit of trouble right here. Drones do run to safety, and most of them do stay alive. He's mining with 3 drones. Only 6 drones are on the minerals. So only 6 drone income. That's not a lot of money coming into the bank, but Byul knows his limitations very well. He knows what he has to do, so he's gonna be fine. It just worries me a little bit when I only see 6 drones mining, but of course he was only gonna get Zergling speed, so right about now those drones are back on the minerals, but it's only 10 of them. He was forced to make a lot of Zerglings, but he's gonna snipe the probe because Burgersasu is caught unaware with his pants down, and he kills the cannons, so he prevents a blockade here on the middle. This gives Byul a lot of freedom. A lot of freedom to do a larger Zergling mass production attack. So what I predict, cannon on the way in the back, 1 Zealot there in the back to protect, 1 Zergling in the base scouting, 2 Zerglings in the middle to flank from behind to kill the probe yet again because Burgersasu is walling off that front side. Probe is staying alive, but gonna get caught again. Oh, he's trying to get out of there. Zealots do keep alive. 1 more Zergling there in the back. Yeah, the probe stays alive, but the cannons once again do go down. So Burgersasu is not having a lot of success with his attempts to build a blockade here. He wants to build a blockade so he can push with Reavers from this proxy location. And Byul's doing a great job preventing that. It's difficult to get it up and running when the opponent has Zerglings with speed running about left and right. He stops that from happening. Double gas on the way in the back. He goes for a Nexus because here he realized that, okay, I'm not going to get those cannons up in Byul's entrance, I might as well get a Nexus here because the very fast robotics Reaver Zealot push is probably not going to work too well. So it kills 1 Sunken, 2 Sunkens are alive in the back. He has 4 hatcheries still. It's going to take, in my opinion, quite a little bit of a miracle here for Byul to really get himself up and ahead in this race. He's waiting for Overlords. Burgersasu is supply blocked. Actually, that supply block is slowing Burgersasu down quite a bit. He's got pilots finishing in the back, so he is now able to produce probes yet again. But he was out of probe production for quite a little bit. No zealots producing either. He has a lot of zealots, but he's playing this very safe. I think if Burgersasu just went and attacked right here, right now, he could probably kill Byul. That's just so many zealots he's got right here. Now, of course, if he starts moving across the map, he opens his base up to a counterattack, but he has only 1 cannon in the back there, only 1 cannon. He's getting another cannon there in the front to help him. He's going to block off the access points with zealots. He's trying to maybe go, maybe not go. He decides against it. I think he is giving Byul a little bit too much time to grow. He's building Sunkens, building hatcheries. He's mining gas again, getting a second extractor, and he's getting a Hylodisk den. Yeah, Byul is growing on 25 drones now, which is more than Burgersasu has probes. Zergling is going for a counterattack. Burgersasu is going to wall off the entrance just on time. Zealots are moving across the map. There's a lot of Sunkens being built right now, and I think it might just be too late right now to go for a decisive finishing attack. He might do some damage, but he will lose the Zealots most certainly. He has a lot of Zealots, but he will probably not be able to kill because that's a lot of Sunkens, and we got Zerglings coming as well to help him out with defending. So Burgersasu waited too long. He waited too long, and Byul has seized the moment to drone up, get more hatcheries, get more drones. He is in a fine position, getting Hylodisk speed, Hylodisk in production as well. A couple more Overlords are going to be put on the high grounds there on the sides, and we have Robos on the way here in the back for Burgersasu. He's building a shield at the moment, support base finished up. He's going to get a Reaver. He has to get the Reaver on location before Byul has too many Hylodisks to defend himself and too much vision on the sides to spot everything that's coming in. So Byul now posturing to make it look like he's going for a counterattack, but there's so many zealots. Speed is finished up there though, and his level 1 attack also on the way. So Burgersasu is preparing his grand attack. Byul is going to go for a counterattack. Burgersasu being a little bit too aggressive. Burgersasu probably believes he has just enough to kill Byul. He does not. He's close, but he does not. He's going to lose his pilots in the front. He's building nothing in the back. Reaver's on the way. Reaver will save him against the Zerglings. The Zealots cannot attack because there's so many Sunkens and Hylods he pulls back home. But he will lose the gateways in the front, and that is a huge loss because now there's no Zealot production happening anymore. That's a disaster because that is gonna give Byul even more freedom to scale up and get bigger and bigger. Definitely not a great choice there from Burgersasu. And now Byul goes to the backsides. Okay, the Reaver does a lot of work. The Reaver's gonna keep everything alive. Probe goes down, Pylon is not gonna go down because the Reaver kills every single Zergling on the Pylon. But now he has to wait for production. That's not cool, that's not great. This is the moment in time for Byul to just drone, and push Sunkens towards his choke and get a choke up and functional, operational. Secure the perimeter. Overlords are flying to the sides. He's getting a perimeter, a zone of control, a warning system against shuttle drops, because he saw the shuttle drop there finished for Burgersasu, who's currently waiting. Burgersasu has to wait for gateways to finish so they can go and attack. Because if he has no gateways to produce from and he attacks and he loses all of his zealots, then he's going to get counterattacked. So Burgersasu has to wait until he has gateways right now, like gateways are finishing up. So now he can attack. He has production up and running yet again. He can go for the attack if he wants to. But there's just so many defensive measures taken by Byul. Got Hylas on the top. He knows that this is probably going to go over the top side. Flies in and the Reaver stays alive. Now Reaver goes down, only gets a couple kills, couldn't pick it up fast enough, and losing the Reaver with the burrow there. Great burrow. Smart move by Byul. I've seen only a few players utilize burrow like that, where they know that the sides are unprotected and they know they can respond fast enough to snipe the shuttle with the unburrow and kill the Reaver in a shuttle. Prevent a drop. Make the enemy think it's safe to go in, but it's actually not. Now we got 49 drones, 52 probes. Byul is playing this like a true master. He's spending extremely efficiently and getting exactly what he needs. Getting exactly what he needs. Double Spire on the way. He's going to switch over into Mulisks. Mulisks are great, and Byul is very good at using them with their micro. He has the insights, the knowledge, the multitasking to utilize them to the maximum efficiency. I've seen him play Mulisks many times over and over again. So Burgersasu now once again tries to go in over the top side, spreading out his zealots to get as much surface area covered as he can. Hylas there have to pull back a little bit. The upgrades at the moment for the Hylas are on 0-0, their goons are on 0-0-1. He could have waited for level 2 attack here. He could have waited for level 2 attack and make this a little bit stronger, but he decided to go in before the extra upgrades finished up. And you know what? I think that was pretty good. He didn't kill a lot of Hylisks, he mostly killed Sunkens, but he gained some ground, and he has about, I'd say, 10 gateways at the moment, 7, well, 9. Is this one powered? No, it's not. So he's got 9 gateways at the moment. That's number 10. But those 3 of those are still warping in, so its production is not super awesome, but it is in an okay location. It's in an okay place. He's getting a proxy robo-baser on the middle to reduce the crawling distance for those damn slow, stupid Reavers that are gonna try to help him out with the push. Let's go again, and goes in right before level 2 attack. Now it's finished. Level 2 attack is finished. So now his Dragoons are a little bit stronger, gonna fight back. Hylas on the side are dying. They're still on 0-0, but almost on 1-1. Almost on 1-1. More Overlords going to the side. So he's going to build some pylons and cannons on the side there to reduce the map that Byul has to play on. He's going to contain him, get control, reduce the playing field. So the Lurkers there are the game changer. Now he needs observers. And we can already see that he has some Scourges there. Scourges are functional against both drops and observers. Sniping observers are very easy to kill. Observers are very easy to kill if you just have something to distract Dragoons to allow the Scourge to fly into the Observer. That's what he's going to try to do. He's going to try to keep this choke rather the same as it is now, maybe a couple more Sunkens, but trying to spend less on this choke point, on these defenses, and allow the Lurks to maximize their effectiveness by killing Observers over and over. Observers are on the way. We got a couple of Reavers spawning there first. He's now on about 15 gateways, so he's growing bigger. 77 probes. He's on about 7 gas. Things are looking good for Burgersasu now. He's a little bit ahead of where Byul is, but you gotta, of course, also take into account that Sunkens technically count as units when you're defending. Well, the supply counts are actually about the same, just the worker count a little bit different. The Mulas are in the sky. They're there to help him snipe the observers. He's looking for the observer with the Overlords. Finds them. Gonna snipe them out of the sky. There's 1 down, 2 down. Nope, they're both still alive. Nope, 1 more attack and both observers are down. Which means he can no longer push forward because the Lurkers are undetectable at the moment. So he has to wait for more observers to arrive. 1 has arrived. And a couple more are on the way there on the middle. The observers will soon allow him to push a bit further. He killed a couple of those Lurkers already. A couple of them unburrowed to get picked up there by the Overlords. A lot of Reavers on this. Okay, he's gonna have to... He's gonna go for a counter drop, but I think that Burgersasu saw those Overlords leaving with the Zealots there giving him vision deeper inside the base. Observer in the sky is really helping him out with pushing against the Lurkers. Okay, he's gonna come in for the defense. Trying to get on top of all of the units, getting a great surround there. The Reavers will go down because he stormed himself there to kill the Mulalisk. And at the same time, we have this big drop there coming in there from Byul, going right for the Juggler. Gonna go and try to kill the economy in 1 attack. Probes are running to safety. They're all running to safety to the top side there. Lurkers and Hylas are unloading. Probes running to safety to the top side, loses about 10 of them. Loses another 2. Many of them are still alive. The Lurkers died first. So Lurkers sadly no longer on the scene to wreak havoc on the probe line, but the probes largely stayed alive. He really only lost 12 of them. And he didn't invest that much in defending. was a good drop, but the drop didn't exactly achieve what it had to. He's trying to trick him. He's setting the overlords back in. They're empty. But Burgersasu has to assume there's one more lurker inside one of those overlords. So he's disrupting the mining, and disrupting the mining to this degree is giving Byul a lot of time to grow bigger, produce, and get richer. He's rich now. He's got 3,300 minerals. And we might see a couple more drones, maybe not. He's only on 7 gas. And he's not mining from the one at the top. This one is not being utilized. He's only on 6 gas at the moment. Okay, so he's gonna... Oh, Lurker's on the high ground. He's trying to snipe the Reavers with the Mutalisk Micro. Pretty good stuff happening there. Dragoon's not doing that great against the Mutalisks. Storms on the high ground there, though, are doing a pretty good job. But Burgersasu is still maxed out on supply. His economy is recovering. He's making a couple more probes to get back to 70. His upgrades are currently on 2-1-1. Almost level 3 attack there, so almost 3-2-2. Which is gonna... Oh, already on 2-2 there from Byul as well. The Reavers there getting sniped by the Mutalisk control. Very well played there by Byul. Is still not adding gas there to his 7, but he doesn't need the gas at the moment because he looks to be completely fine, although his supply is about 30 behind on Burgersasu. But that is enough for now. It's enough for now. Burgersasu cannot outproduce the defenses that Byul has going at the moment. His economy is still not really back where he wants it to be. Like, the money is coming in, but he isn't maxing out yet. Burgersasu is not maxing out yet. So the drop and the fake drop have slowed him down sufficiently to prevent him from really producing non-stop and having his supply maxed out. So a large overlord group there on the side, not being utilized for a drop at the moment. Storms happening, very well placed storms on most of the highlights there. Keep sending them in, but they do keep dying. Reavers are in the back doing a great job there, helping out and supporting these Dragoons in trying to push forward, but at the moment he is not gaining ground. Has a lot of observers though, like this is too many observers to kill with a Mutalisk attack. Like there's a lot of them. And of course an Archon there to protect the observers, because Mutalisks are terrible against Archons, so the Archon walks into its death. We've got Guardians coming from the back. The Guardians, though, with level 2 carapace and 1 attack. Those upgrades from Byul are very good, very solid. All the storms coming down, but this should not be enough storms. I mean, that's a lot of storms, though. It's a lot of storms. Okay, those storms were almost enough. He kills the Guardians, but the ground army there from Byul is pushing forward, killing a couple more Templars lagging behind, and he cleans out the base. And I was going to try to clean out the middle, but that's not enough highlights there because Reavers are spawning. And he only has 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hatcheries, getting 2 on the top of 14. Because they're being relocated to further behind the Robos. The Robos are going to die, though. At least the Pylons are dying. Maybe not the Robos, but the Pylons are surely dying. Once Soldier gets taken down in the middle, there was a small little accident there for Burgersasu. He's on 2-2-3 upgrades at the moment, looking strong. But his base is kind of small. This game has just been so action-packed. Drop comes in though. Okay, gets taken down. A lucky break there for Byul. Was right on time and taking it down. Like if he gets dropped, then he will definitely lose the middle once and for all. See, Burgersasu still in about 16 gateways. Yeah, 16 gateways. His production is going well. He could use a couple more robos, a couple more gateways. He's at 89 probes, that's a lot of probes. His money should soon stabilize because as you can see, his mineral income is not really shooting up that much. He's really spending as fast as he can. That shuttle tried to go in, but is it empty? Oh, he's got high temples in there. He could have gone in, honestly. He could have gone in, unloaded, and stormed, but he decided against doing it because he thought that maybe Byul was going to snipe it. But I think he could have tried to go in. Like this opening right here should be an approachable path, because he also has armor upgrades there on the shuttle. No armor, only shields, no armor on the air. The shuttles are actually quite easy to kill by Hylisk. So get all the 2 attack upgrades, level 3 attack is on the way. Got a Defiler mount with Consume there coming up, Defiler is on the way, Guardian's morphing there in the middle. And Burgersasu is gaining a little bit of ground. They're getting cannons up in Byul's base. Trying to fly the shuttle in there. They're going to get taken down. Oh, Templar loads. Templar cannot storm there, though. A couple of Guardians are flanking from the right side. And now from the bottom side, another wave comes in. But got 6 High Templars ready to storm. Storms very nice on the Guardians. And everything that is stormable kind of dies, but just enough stays alive to push back on... I wanted to say to push back on this, but it looks like he killed everything except 2 Guardians, and we got reinforcements already on the way. And he built a couple more gateways, so he's now on about 18 gateways. And he's getting more robots on the middle for a total of 6 on the middle. No cannons on the middle, though. No cannons on the middle. Also throwing away a little bit of probe supply to open up a little bit more space for maybe a High Temple or an extra Reaver. But right now, Guardian is pushing into the middle. The pace of this game is very, very high, to be honest. It's very high paced. What I would like to see a little bit more of is perhaps mix in a couple more drops per Burgersasu. Because he is doing a great job producing and attacking and building all at the same time. And Byul is doing a great job at pushing back on everything that Burgersasu is doing. I would really like to see drops just a little more often. But I do get that it can be hard to drop non-stop when your opponent is always threatening you with a counter push to break into the middle and take away your small little proxy base. Also, I thought those were gonna be robos, but there were pylons, so still only on 4 robos on the middle. He's balling up his almost maxed out upgrade army on the middle of this choke point, and he's putting the pressure back onto Byul. He's also not overcommitting. Scourgers on the side trying to snipe the observers, but no can do. How many observers does he have alive on the scene? There's 3 of them. Got a couple lurkers there hiding in between. Oh, drop comes in. He made it in all the way. Storms. Byul does not dodge a storm. 51 drone kills. And that came at a very, very, very bad time. Because at the moment, Byul has to produce in order to defend. So right now he has to produce drones, which means he's gonna use at least 2 of his larva cycles to produce at least 50 drones. He needs 50 drones on the minerals. Maybe 46, but he had 51 on there, which was a lot of drones on the minerals, and right now he's down to a much smaller amount. He produced 2 groups to put back on the minerals, which is not a lot of drones. There's a 3rd group coming out there, but at the same time as he's producing those drones, he's using, I'm no longer losing. He's no longer losing units. He's no longer losing units. There was a small little drop there in Burgersasu's space. Didn't achieve too much. Large group of Guardians pushing towards the middle. Dragoons are coming forward. We need some High Templars here. We really need some High Templars here. We're going to drop it on the bottom, trying to sneak away in. No. Comes around, comes arriving. He's got a great surrounder on the middle. The Guardians, though, do they have good upgrades? Like, earlier they had 3, okay, 3-2. It's pretty good, but not good enough. Not good enough. They just die kind of easily to Dragoons. That gets cleaned out. I have to clean out this side there. Byul killed some pylons there, got back some vision with the overlords there hanging on the side. His drone count has recovered. So even though his drone count has recovered, his economy is still in a pretty bad place. His minerals are very low, and he doesn't seem to be able to produce enough to max out his supply. And that's what Burgersasu is going to try to keep from happening. He's going to try to keep it the pressure and force Byul to never ever max out his supply. Because once a Zerg maxes out their supply, they become an actual, real, big threat. He's going to keep him pushing, keep the pressure up, and at some point, mix in a shuttle drop to kill some drones. At the moment, Byul is struggling to survive because he's losing a lot of ground in the front. Losing a lot of ground. And Byul is still struggling to produce. Has a lot of drones, but the drones haven't settled into their maximum mining speed yet. And the Dark Swarm is currently preventing Burgersasu from getting you know, much more ground gained. Drop happening at the same time as well, though. Ooh, Dark Swarm in the mix. Gets Dark Swarms up on the corner there. Storm's coming down. How many Storms does he have there, though? It's a little bit more energy. He's trying to push closer to those probes. Storm number 2 ready there. It's a second Storm now. The Lurkers are stuck behind the pylon. One Lurker right there, but Byul does not see it. Byul does not see this. Oh no. If Byul only knew this one Lurker was right there, he just doesn't know. He's focused on defending at the moment because Burgersasu was getting a little bit too close to the drone, so he was forced to defend it back at home. This Lurker there could kill all the probes, but he doesn't know that they're there. He doesn't know this one Lurker is hiding right there. And the one Lurker that could have changed the fate of the game turns out to have been lost in vain. He's still doing damage though, killed the pylons, but nothing important is unpowered or nothing important has been killed. Sadly. And now Burgersasu resumes to push. Byul had to produce a lot of Overlords because the Overlords died on that drop. He was supply bug for a little while, which did allow his drones to settle and start mining at maximum speed, but it also caused him to lose a lot of his base. He's now losing hatcheries. His base is shrinking in size. Let's put it like that. Now this... You would think that this Dark Swarm Lurker is really helping him out, but the Reavers are going to kill the Lurkers. And then the Dragoons are going to get under the Dark Swarm. Same for the Zealots. The Dark Swarm is not helping him. It's not helping him. It's helping Burgersasu. Now the Hylotus cannot damage what's under the Dark Swarm. So the Dark Swarm did not help him at all. It should have been a plague. It should have been a plague. Yeah, Burgersasu still has some Sunkers to fight through, but he's gaining a lot of ground. Byul is in trouble. A lot of trouble. He's trying to produce as fast as he can, but he lost 3 hatcheries. So his production has been cut down a tiny little bit. Say about another hatchery goes down. So lost 4 hatcheries out of the 13 or 14 that he had. There's only 10 remaining. So a couple more Lurkers there, get on to location. Overlord's providing vision against the Observer, but the Observer stays alive. Pulls back, regroups, waiting for more reinforcements. Getting cannons up on the side as well to reduce the playing field for Byul yet again. Byul needs more hatcheries. You could build a couple of them right here, right where Burgersasu cannot kill the hatcheries. Because this top side, he's not going to kill anything there. He's not going to build anything here. Also lost a couple drones around the gas, but his gas is in an okay spot. Not amazing, but it's okay. Because he's, spending most of his gas. It will never go up very high. So building Lurkers, building Guardians, building Mulelisks. He's just spending and spending and spending. Byul there unloads a couple units there on the side to stop the warping in of cannons. Top side trying to do the same, but the cannons are already finished, so not going to stop that. Burgersasu gets into position with 2 shuttles to fly in. At some point, he's going to key. Okay, flies in with 1 shuttle. It unloads. Templar hits. Templar hits him really hard. 37 kills. Oh, that was a terrible timing for Byul. But he's going to clean out this top corner. 2 Reavers in a shuttle make their escape, so maybe there's a small window of time for Byul here to recover his drone count. But he lost 37 drones. He wasn't expecting the Templar to hit him from that far away, but Burgersasu managed to find a way in and kill those drones. So another success there for Burgersasu. Things are starting to come together. And still he does not have huge amounts of production, but he has just enough production happening. Burgersasu prefers to just attack non-stop, overbuilding everywhere, like a lot of players try to do. A lot of players build everywhere and give the Zerg too much time to build. And you cannot give Byul time to build, because then you will lose and die. Comes in over the side. There's not enough High Templars there, so the Guardians are going to push forward, and are going to buy him some time. They're going to buy him some time. Drop there on the side, though. There's nothing in between. Finds a pathway in there. Couple Hydras shooting. It's double drop. Reaver unloads, Reaver dies, Reaver does not shoot, but Reaver number 2 unloads, and the drones do die this time around. More drones dying, 27 left alive. That was a terrible, terrible mishap to happen to Byul. A double drop, one from the front, one from the bottom. One from the bottom succeeds, one from the top fails, but he kills most of the drones. And now Byul is even closer to the edge, closer to the brink of defeat. As Burgersasu, with much more money, resumes the push over the top side. He also killed 20 of his own probes to get 10 more Dragoons onto the map. So High Temple's in the mix, there to kill the Guardians and the Lurkers from a safe distance. Reaver in the back, there to just kill whatever it can. The Lurkers there do go down. Dark Swarm comes up, but the Dark Swarm will, once again, that Dark Swarm will help Burgersasu out. The Dark Swarm will help Burgersasu out, because look at this. The Lurkers that were trying to get under the Dark Swarm got killed by the Reaver. They didn't do anything. So now the Dark Swarm is helping Burgersasu kill everything around it. The Sunkers are dying. Hatchery's dying. Hyda's dying. Drop tries to go in, Reaver unloads, there's one more Reaver in there, flies into the backside, flies into the corner, unloads in the corner where there's no suckers hitting it, shoots a Reaver shot, kills 10, he's trying to get a couple more, but the Reaver goes down, but damage has been done. Burgersasu is overpowering Byul with very solid gameplay. Very solid, well-controlled, restrained gameplay, looking for openings left and right and finding them after many attempts. Finally, having his breakthrough, Byul taps out, calls GG, Burgersasu is the victor. His Protoss is pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Yeah, thank you for watching. It was RGB for RGB TV, joined today by Byul and Burgersasu. Burgersasu ends up winning the game after 31 minutes and 22 seconds. I think Byul had a chance at winning. He had a chance. But he missed 2 opportunities to lethally injure Burgersasu. The first was with his Overlord drop earlier in the game, where he wound up killing only 15 probes, or was it 12? Not too sure. The second time was when he tried to go for another Overlord drop, but then had a Lurker standing right here under a Dark Swarm, not noticing it existed, right within range of all the probes that could have all died. And not gonna say for certain that that would have been enough to injure Burgersasu enough to win the game, but it would have taken a lot of pressure off of Byul's back, giving him a little bit of freedom to build up a little bit bigger and recover from the drops he was suffering from himself. So all in all, some opportunities missed. Burgersasu in the end managed to capitalize on what Byul could not capitalize on. Drops that hit. See you next time. It's RGB for RGB TV and I'm signing out. Have a good night, have a good day, have a good morning, have a good afternoon. We'll see you next time.